One of the things that I've noticed after a long time of using power tools is that the blades you choose to buy are often as important as the tools themselves. A lot of times you'll get a really nice tool and a crappy blade, or just use the blade that comes with the tool, and you'll shortchange the true power of a tool. So with that in mind, I bought a whole bunch of Sawzall blades, and we're going to break testing up into several different videos because it would just be too long. But we're going to start with metal cutting Sawzall blades. These are 14 and 18 teeth per inch blades. I bought, I think, 8 or 9 different brands. We're going to try 4 of them here today. We're going to try out Hercules, Spyder, Milwaukee, and Warrior. Now, Warrior and Hercules are both sold at Harbor Freight. Hercules is supposed to be the nicer stuff. Warrior is supposed to be the cheap stuff. Spyder sold at Lowe's, supposed to be nicer, or I thought it was supposed to be nicer. And then we have Milwaukee, which everybody is familiar with, sold at Home Depot. So we're going to see which one of these blades comes out the best in 2 different challenges. In the first challenge, I'm going to have these Sawzall blades cut through this channel 3 times and see which one is the fastest. Now, this channel actually came from a clothing store, one of my wife's favorite stores, which she spent $1.3 million at last year. They went out of business. I don't know how. With the amount of money my wife spent, it stands to reason. They must be fiscally irresponsible there. But I'm going to have it cut through the old channel here that's with the clothes hangers. That's what it was before. These channels are about 3/4 of an inch total thickness. They're hollow in the middle, and they're just under 1 millimeter thick. So let's find out which one of these Sawzall blades is the fastest. To make the cuts today is actually an extremely old saw by most tool standards. It's still in use in my shop. It needs a new cord, but it dates from the mid-1990s when I first started working in the field in the skilled trades. This saw is a Milwaukee Sawzall. I built an apparatus here that is mounted to a 2x6 and clamped to my work table. It's bolted 4 times. It has some vibration isolators underneath it. There's 5 pounds of weight on the back of the apparatus in order to put a little bit of pressure down during the cut, and the saw is held on with 2 of these U-clamps with a 3/8 thread and bolts on them. Just for reference, the entire rig puts around 15 pounds of downforce on the saw. Now in our next challenge, we're going to cut through some well casing pipe. Well casing pipe is much more robust than these clothes hangers. The well casing pipe is just under 2.5 inches total thickness. It's hollow in the middle and is just shy of 4 millimeters thick. This will be a much bigger challenge for our Sawzall blades, so let's just see if they all survive. It's really awesome that all our blades actually survived the test, and there were some surprises right there. But one of the concerns with any one of these blades is durability. And we can't check what's going to happen after 1,000 cuts because it's not feasible to perform that test. But we can see how the blades look after the simple testing that we've done. So I'm going to take the blades that we used after we cut the well casing. Let's closely examine them to see how good they look after making that one rigorous cut. This is the Hercules blade that I used to cut the well casing. You can see that the paint is disturbed quite a bit. Now let's zoom in as close as we can get to take a look at the teeth. You can see that there's some damaged teeth right here in this area. It looks like maybe most of the tips are taken off of these. Down here you see there might be a couple more damaged teeth. So definitely some damaged teeth going through that well casing. So the Hercules did sustain some damage during the test. Let's take a closer look at the Milwaukee 18-tooth Sawzall blade. It definitely looks like some of the teeth were damaged here. You can see them right through here especially. Some more up through here. So definitely some damaged teeth. That well casing is hard to cut through, so it's definitely understandable that these things would have some damaged teeth. But you can see some all the way down the Milwaukee Sawzall blade. We're now looking at the Spyder 18 tooth per inch 8% cobalt blade, and it's hard to tell, but definitely some damage, especially these teeth right in this area. It looks as if they've been kind of flattened completely, comparing it against this white backdrop. So once you get to the good teeth right here where the cut stopped, where it wasn't involved with the cut itself, you can see the teeth are pretty much destroyed, it looks like, all the way across this blade. So it definitely fared maybe a little bit worse than some of the other blades. Last but not least, we have the Harbor Freight Warrior. It is rated for thick metal, it says. And it looks like, even though it didn't cut very quickly, the teeth seem to be in a little bit better shape almost going down the line here. There are some damaged teeth, like here, it looks like this tooth is damaged. Maybe we go up into here. It looks like, yeah, I mean, there's some damage right here in this area especially. It's probably where I was cutting one side of that well casing. If we go over to the other side there, we can see that there's some damaged teeth here. But it doesn't look as bad as the Spyder blade looked, for sure. So the Warrior, even though cutting really, really slow, did seem to survive as far as durability a little bit better than the Spyder did.
When it comes to the cost of the blades, the Warrior comes in at the cheapest at $1.40 per blade as a 5-pack from Harbor Freight. The Hercules from Harbor Freight is actually the most expensive, coming in a 3-pack at $9.99, which makes it $3.33 per blade. The Milwaukee is the second cheapest at $2.69 per blade for a 5-pack. And finally, the Spyder comes in just under the Hercules at $3.10 per blade for a 5-pack. So as a quick review, it goes cheapest Warrior, second cheapest Milwaukee, third Hercules, and fourth Spyder.
So an obvious question is, which one of these blades would I purchase if I had to go out and buy some more again? I did purchase all these blades. None of these blades were sent to me freely by a tool company. Don't let me stop you, tool companies, from sending just a whole bunch of free stuff, though. But it's probably better that you don't. We get a nice legitimate review. I'd probably buy Milwaukee again. They're on sale for $19 a lot of the times. You get a full set of Milwaukee blades. They're pretty good, and they seem pretty durable. I've used them for a long time, and I've used them over a long time. That being said, there's some great value there with the Warrior, it looks like. Hercules did a pretty good job. Spyder was a little disappointing, but I'd probably do Milwaukee if I had to do it again. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for some more saw blade testing. We have some more blade brands coming up, including fan favorite Diablo will be coming up very, very soon. We'll be testing circular saw blades as well as more tools. I have a Bauer brushless drill behind me over here. It's a brand new release from Bauer. We're going to see how it stacks up against other tools, what kind of numbers it puts out, and hopefully it does a good job. But, you know, it's $50, so we'll see if $50 how far that goes. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one.